Hello, everybody. My name is Birdie T, and I am a fan of DC. Surprising, given my first Is It Good was about Supergirl. When I went to go see Supergirl a couple weeks ago, the only thing I could think about was how good Superman was. And so I decided to watch it again. But that made me realize something. I realized that I had never actually fully seen Man of Steel, the Zack Snyder directed Superman movie. And so I thought it would be a little interesting to compare the 2013 film Man of Steel, directed by Zack Snyder, and the 2025 film Superman, directed by James Gunn. And so instead of asking, is it good? We're going to ask, which was better? So let's go. The acting in Man of Steel is actually pretty good for most of the characters. Henry Cavill and Amy Adams give an okay performance, but not a great performance. And for a movie like this, you really do need good acting. Otherwise, General Zod and all of the other characters in the film do give really good performances, which I appreciate. The newest Superman movie actually has really good acting, especially from David Cornsweet, the actress who plays Lois Lane. I don't remember her name and I can't pronounce it, and Nicholas Hoult, who plays Lex Luthor. They all give 5-star, just amazing performances in the movie. And it's one of the main upsides of the movie is that David Cornsweet knows how to play Superman. Nicholas Hoult knows how to play Lex Luthor. The Lois Lane actress knows how to play Lois Lane. And this is the best part of the movie. And so the point for acting goes to Superman. My main problem with Man of Steel is its writing, because the movie is very, very slow. It feels like Zack Snyder was trying to fill a 2-hour time frame with a 1.5-hour script. If this movie was like 20 minutes shorter, I feel like I would have been a lot happier with it. Honestly, the thing that bothers me most about it is these three things. One, why is there so much dialogue in between action sequences? This makes zero sense. Two, why does Superman care so much about Lois Lane when she literally stalked him for a week? That makes zero sense. And three, the main complaint with the movie, why does Superman's adoptive father have to die? It literally makes no sense because his powers have already come out in the movie. Why does he have to die to keep his son's powers a secret? This makes no sense. Superman's writing is actually a lot better. And it's because James Gunn, as the head of DC Comics, knows exactly how to write Superman. He knows how to write Lex Luthor. He knows how to write Lois Lane. He knows how to write all of these people because he is a massive nerd. And respect. Honestly, a lot of the line delivery in this movie is phenomenal, especially like this scene.
Hey, buddy, eyes up here.
And Superman's entire ending monologue and Lex Luthor's entire defense to it.
Love, I get scared. I wake up every morning and despite not knowing what to do, I put one foot in front of the other and I try to make the best choices I can.
It's amazing. And it's part of the reason why this movie is considered one of the best of 2025 and one of the best Superman movies ever created. And so the point for writing also goes to Superman. This is actually where I'm going to give Man of Steel credit. It does actually explain the character of Superman and his backstory a little bit better. However, Superman does this not better, but I think on par with how Man of Steel did it, because it doesn't spend the first hour talking about it. It spends the first minute, 2, or maybe 3 minutes talking about how Superman came to Earth. But with all the other characters in the film, we don't really spend much time developing their characters. So actually, instead of giving it to one or the other, I'm going to give the point to both Man of Steel and Superman for characters. I'm not going to spend much time on this one, but the colors are very muted. They're very dark, and it reflects Superman's character in this film okay, but every other character, it feels like if the colors were brighter, it would have been a little visually better. Superman is a lot better at its visuals. It's colorful, it's bright, there's a lot of sun, but it's alive and it makes the movie feel a lot more visually appealing to me and apparently to a lot of people who thought it was better in that department. And so the point for visuals also all day goes to Superman. The editing in Man of Steel is not good. There are so many random zoom ins on unnecessary things, random shaky cam effects that came straight from a Sniper Wolf video into a 2013 blockbuster about Superman. Like, just saying that makes no sense. Why? Just why? Superman does none of that, and it proves that that makes a better film. It's a way better film because it just removed all of those things, because James Gunn knew how to edit a film. And so the point for editing all day, again, goes to Superman. And so for the final question, which was better? And in my opinion, Superman was the better film, as you can see by all of the points I have put on here. But I think the main reason is that Man of Steel was written by Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder is a pretty good action movie director. And this shows with his other works like Watchmen 300. But when you make a Superman film, there's so many other things you have to account for. You have to account for the character arcs, which I think he did pretty well. And also, you have to make it a good Superman film as opposed to just a good action film. James Gunn gets that because he is the head of DC Comics, and he is also a massive nerd, which again, respect. With an IP like Superman, again, you have to make it a good Superman film. And Superman is a good Superman film and a good action film, while Man of Steel is just a good action film, which is not saying that Man of Steel is bad. It's actually pretty good, but honestly, in the question of which was better, I'm going to give it to Superman. And with that, thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe and like if you want to. Comment below which two movies I should compare or which movie I should review next. And I'll see you all in the next one.